وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد فهذه ليلة الجمعة ليلة عظيمة مباركة يسن فيها الإكثار من الصلاة على سيدي ومولاي رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه من كل عمل صالح. This night of Jumu'ah is a blessed night. A lot of barakah in this night in the Sunnah is to increase your salah upon the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam in every good deed. I'm continuing tonight inshallah recitation of a hadith from the collection of Imam al-Tirmidhi, الشمائل المحمدية. And I'm still in the chapter of Bab Ma Ja'a Fi Khuluqi Rasulillah alayhi salatu wasalam, the chapter that talks about his ethics alayhi salatu wasalam. And I'm going to narrate to you two hadith that I love very much and you'll hopefully find beautiful and you'll benefit from them. قال حدثنا محمد بن بشار قال حدثنا عبد الرحمن ابن مهدي قال حدثنا سفيان عن محمد بن المنكدر قال سمعت جابر ابن عبد الله رضي الله عنه يقول. And this hadith is a very short description from Jabir. This is what he said. قال ما سئل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم شيئا قط فقال له. Jabir says, the Prophet, this hadith is a very famous one, where Jabir says the following. Never ever was the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام ever asked for anything in his life at any point and he said no. صلى الله عليه وسلم. كما قال الفرزدق لولا التشهد كانت لاءه نعم. لولا التشهد كانت لاءه نعم. يعني لولا انه يتشهد, it wasn't for the fact that he said in the shahada ashhadu an la ilaha, every la would be na'am for the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام. It's a known phrase of poetry. And this talks about just his openness, his open-heartedness عليه الصلاة والسلام. This is something specifically that I know is hard. Like I know very well that it's hard. Because it's been a long day for you and you are absolutely drained and you've been used all day long, right? It's going on for hours upon hour after hour after hour, and then at the end of the day, someone comes and asks you for one extra favor that is not the time for nor place. Every aspect of your existence just wants to say no, right? And it happens a lot, and we all go through those moments. And how he managed every time, alayhi salatu wasalam, to continue to say yes and to find space in his heart and in his time and in his life to offer people that which they are asking, even though they are very much inconsiderate sometimes and they lack basic etiquette and they lack sometimes the basics of good character. But he, alayhi salatu wasalam, always behaved in a way that reflected his own values. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ajma'in. And I just love this simple description of Sayyidina Jabir ibn Abdullah. The second hadith. قال حدثنا, this hadith has a reasonable chain of narration, حسن لغيره. Some scholars call it ضعيف, but I actually did a study on this one specifically, so I'm very comfortable telling you it's حسن لغيره. قال حدثنا هارون بن موسى عن أبي علقمة المديني قال حدثني أبي عن هشام بن سعد عن زيد بن أسلم عن أبيه عن عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه أن رجلا جاء إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم فسأله أن يعطيه فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم ما عندي شيء ولكن ابتع عليه. عود الله يرضى عليك عود. دق كف بالأول. يا عيني عليك. ولكن ابتع عليه فإذا جاءني شيء قضيته. Then a man came to the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام and said, Ya Rasulullah, give me something. Give me something. So the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام said, I don't have anything. But go, buy something على حسابي. Go buy something and tell them that I will pay them. And once I have money, I'll pay him for it. So go buy whatever you want. Just buy and say that the Rasulullah will pay you for this and I'll pay him when I have money. Now who's standing there? Who's telling his hadith? Umar. So Umar is standing there. And he doesn't like it. He doesn't know. فقال عمر يا رسول الله قد أعطيته فما كلفك الله ما لا تقدر عليه. Said, Ya Rasulullah, you gave him already. Like this was apparently the second time this guy asked in the same day. Like he'd already asked for something, the Prophet gave him. Now he had nothing left. So he asked him again, the Prophet said, fine, whatever you need, go buy and I'll pay for it. So Umar said, Ya Rasulullah, why? You gave him once. Allah did not ask you, ما كلفك الله أكثر من وسعك. You're not being asked to do more, you're not being burdened with more than you can. So why are you doing this? فكره النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قول عمر. The Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام's face didn't like what Umar said. Because Umar is saying, Ya Rasulullah, don't know. Tell him, khalas, you gave him, Allah yassirlu. Why do this to yourself? Umar is like, this guy has no adab. He asked, he was given, why asking again? So he said this to the Prophet. The Prophet ﷺ didn't like what Umar said. فقال رجل من الأنصار يا رسول الله أنفق ولا تخف من ذي العرش إقلالا. He said, Ya Rasulullah, give and don't be afraid from the one who owns the arsh, the صاحب العرش, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And don't be afraid from the Lord of the arsh إقلالا, that he won't give you don't give you something in return. لا تخف, don't be afraid of this. قال فتبسم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He smiled when he heard that. وعرف في وجهه البشر. You could see in his face that he was very happy with what he heard. لقول الأنصاري, from what the man from the Ansar said. ثم قال, and the Prophet ﷺ pointed at him وقال بهذا أمرت. This is what I was told to do. صلى الله عليه وسلم. He wants to give, he doesn't have anything to give. It's very easy for the nafs to be discouraged from giving because he doesn't have anything to give. It's not that he had and didn't want to give it. He didn't have, so he told him, go, I'll pay for it later. Umar is like, no, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, Habibi, Ya Rasulullah, no, you don't need to do this. We already gave the man. He can go, he'll come another day, he doesn't have to do this now. But he wants to give, alayhi salatu wasalam. And he doesn't want to be discouraged. He doesn't want to be discouraged. So the man from the Ansar said, Ya Rasulullah, anfiq, give, وَلَا تَخَفْ مِنْ ذِي الْعَرْشِ إِقْلَالًا. He started to use this, alayhi salatu wasalam, other hadith. And there's other hadith where he would say, أنفق بلال ولا تخف من ذي العرش إقلالا. Like the Prophet ﷺ took this and he started to use it. In other hadith where he would speak to other people to do it because he loved it. He loved the way it was. It's catchy. It had a little bit of a rhythm to it. Don't be afraid from the owner of the throne that he will not give you more when you give from what you have. And when he said that, the Prophet ﷺ was happy. You encouraged. بهذا أمرت. This is what I was told to do. Encourage people to do good. Never discourage them from doing good in your life. And even though it's impossible, it's absolutely impossible for us to hold ourselves to his standard, alayhi salatu wasalam, there is much benefit in learning what that standard that he held himself was, alayhi salatu wasalam. So you appreciate the genius and the beauty of what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was. Because this is someone that we hold ourselves to learn about him, alayhi salam. This is who he was. He had nothing. Do you understand what that means? There's nothing left to give. He has emptied his home and emptied his bank. He has nothing to give. And then he says, Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Yeah, that's Sallu ala nabi alayhi sallam. Hada habibukum. This is whom we follow, alayhi salatu wasalam. And we are not like him, alayhi salatu wasalam, in any form or manner. But hopefully, inshallah, the love we have for him will get us across the finishing line one day. Because I know that we can't do this. This is too hard for most of us. Hopefully, but you can at least learn something from it, and you can learn that generosity and practice it when you can, and just hopefully love him for the generosity that he showed in his life, alayhi salatu wasalam. يروي الإمام الترمذي في جامعه بسند حسن عن عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه أن رجلا جاء إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فسأله أن يعطيه فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ما عندي شيء ولكن ابتع علي فإذا جاءني شيء قضيته فقال عمر يا رسول الله قد أعطيته فما كلفك الله ما لا تقدر عليه فكره النبي قول عمر فقال رجل من الأنصار يا رسول الله أنفق ولا تخف من ذي العرش إقلالا فتبسم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وعرف في وجهه البشر لقول الأنصاري ثم قال بهذا